The Straw Hat Grand Fleet are a group of 7 pirate crews led by Cavendish, Bartolomeo, ideo, hajrudin, or orlumbus that consist of 5,600 members that eventually get powerful enough and cause an event of historic proportions. This fleet consists of some heavy hitters like Don Chinja, who used to fight with Garp, and what's interesting about this group is that they're not a part of a great incident, it's that they cause it. And I believe it all starts with Shanks, as the last time we saw him, he mentions Bartolomeo burning his flag, taking his territory, and thus disrespecting the emperor, and kinda hinting that he has to go and teach him a lesson, which makes a lot of sense. But this eventual altercation could actually lead to the death of red-haired Shanks, because we know Blackbeard is a very conniving son of a bitch, and he might use this opportunity to actually go and kill Blackbeard. This could also lead into one of the Grand Fleet members finding the last road poneglyph, and many people speculate it's on Elbaf and even theorize that this is the territory of red-haired Shanks. And so in turn, they would cause the war to declare who becomes Pirate King, as every pirate is battling to get the final road poneglyph, marines involved as well. And Hajrudin, who is currently leading the New Giant Warrior Pirates, which is a pirate legacy crew within the country of Elbaf led by their greatest warriors. And if you remember, he was involved in Big Mom's flashback and harbors a great grudge against her, and if she does return, this would come in full circle. And Oda is a big Vikings and Norse mythology fan, so Oda could use Elbaf as a way to start his version of Ragnarok, the fall of the gods. And because the Grand Fleet started it, it would lead to Luffy becoming the Pirate King. Although this all sounds great in theory, I actually don't believe this war will be caused by the Grand Fleet, as the death of Shanks would impact the world greatly, but considering we just had 2 emperors fall at the same time, it wouldn't nearly have the same effect as that, as well as Blackbeard already starting this final war to get the last road poneglyph, so they're not really the cause of that. Because we're in the final saga of the series, that leads me to believe the Straw Hat Grand Fleet caused the final war of the series, and this would be an event of historic proportions as it would involve the entire world. There have been several hints that there will be a war after someone finds the One Piece that will involve the entire world. There's been some seeds planted for this upcoming war. Blackbeard has been making enemies out of everyone, the government are on the move, the Grand Fleet has made an enemy out of Shanks by accident, as well as being involved or affiliated with several countries and cutting ties with them, having a target on their back. It's funny because the Celestial Dragons were the ones who caused the Grand Fleet to be formed, this being Doflamingo, whose ancestors even bullied the Tontada back in the day, so they already have beef with the Celestial Dragons and the world government, especially with what happened at the Reverie. But the question is, how does this war even start? Well, I said before in a previous video is that it's possible Luffy gets captured after he becomes the Pirate King, because Fujitora still has his little plot line where he's not allowed in any Marine HQ until Luffy or Law have been captured. So because of this, and somehow Morgan's finding out what happened during the Void Century, I believe he'll use the news coup to spread this information, and thus the entire world will find out what happened during the Void Century. And of course, Luffy has been captured. A lot of his allies throughout the world will not like this and probably come together and initiate war on the world government. And if Luffy's in danger, as they promise at the end of Dressrosa, wherever he's in trouble, they'll come in and help him. I truly believe this is a good way for the world to find out about the Void Century, because eventually they'll have to, as well as a good chance for all of Luffy's allies to gather in one area. Plus, it would be a pretty cool callback to how Bartolomeo first saw Luffy being executed back in Loguetown. Of course, it doesn't have to go down like this per se, but I do believe these guys will cause the final war, and there is another way for this to happen, as Vivi has gone missing, or at least captured by the world government, and she is pretty close friends, I guess, with Rebecca and Shirahoshi, and in a way they're affiliated with Dressrosa and Rebecca, and because Sabo was also involved with the incident, these guys might take it upon themselves to investigate and might even launch an attack on Mary Jawar. But there's also the plotline of Nico Robin getting kidnapped, and whoever does it, the Grand Fleet might retaliate, and this will cause a great event as the Revolutionary Army, the Straw Hats, and of course the Grand Fleet would be involved in this incident. And probably many more, as she's like one of the only few people that are capable of reading the poneglyphs. So her capture could lead into like an Enies Lobby Part 2, but on a much grander scale. Either way, I think it does start with Shanks, and it will cause a ripple effect that will eventually lead to the Grand Fleet creating a crazy event in order to help Luffy out once he's in significant danger. But a lot of time has passed, so expect these guys to be extraordinarily powerful with some crazy high bounties. And alongside the Straw Hats, when it's all said and done, these guys will become legends and their names will be known throughout history. Because of it being a historic event, there's really not that many options out there for the Grand Fleet. It's either they help Luffy find Laugh Tale and become Pirate King, or they initiate the final war. And because the One Piece and Laugh Tale have actually already been discovered once before by Roger, that's not really a great event. What matters is what happens after it, following this. So them starting the final war of the series that's gonna change everything and flip it on its head makes a lot of sense and gives a lot of significance to the Grand Fleet. All of them are already out and about making a pirate career for themselves, but judging off of the cover story that they had, I wouldn't be surprised if the incident they caused is through some absolute dumb shit. But that's about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys expect from the Grand Fleet? I know, not a very long video today. I didn't want to drag things out and make like a 40-minute video when I could have explained everything in about like 10 minutes or less. But I do hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. I hope you guys have a good day and a good night. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.